Hi there, and welcome to Heartbeat of Bartlett, where we talk about all things in the Bartlett community, and specifically, we love spotlighting the Bartlett Chamber small businesses in the Bartlett area. This podcast would not be possible without the underwriting of First South Financial, and a big thank you to V2Media Productions. If you're enjoying the podcast, please be sure that you hit the like or follow button wherever you're listening. It really helps us grow, and also, if you ring the subscribe bell, you will never miss an episode. I'm very happy to be here today. My name is Delynn Byars. I'm the Senior Vice President of Digital and Strategic Initiatives at First South Financial, and happy to be here today with these two lovely gentlemen.
Well, thank you, Delynn.
You're welcome, sir.
First you ever said that. Might be the first time we've ever been lovely, John. Hi, I'm John Threadgill. I'm president of the Bartlett Area Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Mark Thompson with V2Media, the founder, and partner with Dusky Norsworthy with Behind the Scenes, who is unable to join us today, but she's here in spirit.
Absolutely, absolutely. The lovely and talented Dusky.
Lovely, talented. She is lovely.
She is lovely. Y'all are all lovely. We're all lovely. So do you want to maybe give us a little bit of a rundown on Behind the Scenes and what you guys do?
Sure. So with between Behind the Scenes and V2Media, we help companies tell their story, if you will, through video, through fulfillment, and through event planning and management. So we help clients create events, and that's from start to finish. You need a venue, you need entertainment, you need a keynote, you need decor, you need signage, traffic management, basically anything you would need for any event. And that could be a small corporate event from 20 or 30 folks up to we've managed events several thousand attendees for a couple of our clients. So, yeah, it's fun. I
imagine it would be.
We love events. It's the kind of thing that you have to, put your go hat on and think, I can do anything for 4 days. I can do anything for...
Exactly.
Yes.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
It's like I've been tangentially involved in some event planning myself, and it was just like, it was enough to stress me out. So I can't imagine when the whole thing's like riding on your shoulders.
Crazy and fun. And one of our goals on the event side and on the video side is, you want your audience, your attendees to learn something, but you also want them to feel something.
Very true.
So what do we want them to learn? What do we want them to feel when they walk into that main room?
Gotcha.
Or when that video hits the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So those are some things we talk with our clients about the goals. What are your goals for this? How do we measure this as a success?
Right. And do you find now with different companies there are different metrics with that as far as what they consider a success, or what would you consider a successful event?
Yes, client metrics are very different. And so that kind of leads us to, for certain product pieces that we might produce, social media pieces, they want to see a bump. Or, do we see more inquiries? Do we see more incoming either calls or emails? And on the other hand, there might be an occasion where the measure of success is, if my CEO likes it, then this has been a success.
There we go.
So, and we will do a 360 post with a client and say, give us the good, the bad, and the ugly, because we want to do better next time. And so where could we improve?
Okay. I can see that that's very, very helpful. So what's your connection specifically with Bartlett then?
Well, we work in Bartlett. We're not in Bartlett today, but we have offices and warehouse space in Bartlett. Some of our folks live in Bartlett. And we certainly dine in Bartlett. Bartlett has a lot to offer. We've got clients in Bartlett. Then our offices are in that complex behind St. Francis Hospital. Stagepost area. Yeah. And been over there for several years.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Are you guys... Oh, go ahead, John.
I was just going to ask, how long have y'all been in business again?
Well, that would make me old.
Well, I know, and I'm trying to get that out here.
Well, so V2 started in 1990.
Oh, wow.
When I was a child. I was really...
Yes, we're much relaxed then. Yeah. So, yes, absolutely.
And behind the scenes started in 2000.
Okay.
So we've both been in business for quite some time. And Dusky and I had known each other for several years through the video business. And it just worked out naturally that we started working together. And now we're office partners and company partners.
Yeah.
So it really works out well.
Well, where did Dusty come from? What's her background?
She's a rebel.
Well, I knew she was a rebel.
Background from...
She's been a board member of ours, too. She was...
Right. She's been a board member.
Rebel route.
Her background, actually, in how we met each other was through the video business. Because she, once upon a time, in college and her first job, she worked at Channel 3. So in college, she was carrying the big camera and doing sports and sending a tape up to Channel 3. And when they first met her, they didn't realize Dusky was a female. And, and she says, well, I've been sending you video for quite some time. I think I can do this job. So,
well, that's the first time I've heard this story. And I've known Dusky for years.
Yeah.
So she started out in the video business.
In the video business. Yeah.
Darn.
And quite honestly, I don't know that I've ever met someone that is sharper with the questions she asks and the insights that she has about client service and about the little things that are going to make a difference. I learn a lot from her every time I'm around her.
Well, she's energetic. I know that. Mm-hmm. I get tired just looking at her.
Yeah.
She does have lots of energy.
I actually worked with her when the chamber did one of the women's expos.
Yes.
Yeah, and so we were First South, I think, was a sponsor of that, or one of the sponsors of that, and so we worked with her. And I agree with you. Yeah. Work ethic and energy just for days, like you said, it's impressive.
Work.
In fact, she's not here today because she's working.
She's working.
Yeah.
I mean, not that we're not working; we're working, but
exactly.
She was here earlier. Because we share offices here on Brookhaven Circle and out in Bartlett.
Oh, okay.
And she forewarned me yesterday. But as she's walking out, I was like, so you're really bailing, is what you're saying. Okay.
She's like, duty calls. Duty calls.
Gotta go.
Completely understand that. Completely understand that.
One of my daily mantras, let's go sell something.
So how big a market area? I mean, I know y'all prominent in the Memphis market, but y'all do stuff outside of Memphis, don't you?
We do work all over the country.
You do.
Some of our client work just within the past few months. We've been in Las Vegas. We've been in Tampa. We've been in Fort Lauderdale, Cincinnati, Nashville. So we really travel coast to coast as the client needs.
Right.
So from a video perspective, I like to say I've shot projects about as far northwest as you can go, out in the Aleutian Islands.
Oh, wow.
To as far southeast as you can go in Key West.
Islands?
The Aleutian Islands, which are part of Alaska.
I know
finger.
That. Yes.
It's cold out there, John.
Yes. So what did y'all do in the Aleutian Islands? Because there's nothing but pretty much wildlife and barren rock.
John, there's a lot of fish out there.
Yes.
And one of our clients bought a fishing company out of Seattle, and a lot of their operations were out of Seattle, Oregon coast, and out in Alaska. A little place called Dutch Harbor, and it's in the middle of nowhere. So we were doing safety on the fishing vessels. Secret, there's no safety on the fishing vessels.
Y'all didn't do any of those king crab documentaries, did you?
We were on one of those boats.
Were you?
Yes, to do safety on the vessels, but luckily it was not in the middle of winter.
Well, I was going to say, once you fall in the water, you're pretty much gone.
That's what they told us, absolutely.
Yeah.
Unless you've got your Gumby suit on.
Right.
Which is one of my favorite stories of this business. So we're in the Bering Sea, and they've got to move us from one fishing boat. These boats were pretty big. Like the one we were on was about 90 feet. They were going to move us to one of the processing boats, which was about 250, 300 feet long. Middle of the night. Bering Sea. It's cold. It's dark.
Oh, my.
And how are they going to get us
Yeah,
from one to the other?
I was thinking.
Skiff. That's an evil word. That means a teeny tiny little boat, a skiff. So we're going up a wave.
Oh,
And
no.
we're going down a wave. I'm sitting in the bottom of the boat. I don't care how wet I get.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the bottom of the boat.
Yep.
I'm holding on. And every time we hit a trough, I think, we're done. We're gone. And then, oh, wait, we come up the wave. I'm like, we might live.
Did you think you were in the movie The Perfect Storm?
I was living the perfect storm. It was crazy. And then we get to the larger boat, and I'm thinking, okay, they'll have a crane come down, something to pick us up. And here's the plan for us to get from that skiff to the larger boat. When the wave rises, you jump.
Oh, my.
Exactly. What?
You jump from that skip to the boat?
That's the plan. And we're here shooting safety videos. Like, how can this be the plan?
I would love to see the behind-the-scenes documentary of the making of the safety videos for the
Oh my!
boat.
It was crazy,
That is.
crazy.
So you were jumping up and like grabbing, I'm guessing, like a ladder or a rope or something.
Yeah, they had
Okay.
a rope ladder.
Oh my gosh!
But
Steph.
we rose. Okay, gear. Toss the gear. Toss the gear.
They didn't throw a hook at you and maybe just hook into your outfit that you had on or something?
I might have been okay with that.
Yeah.
Versus jump.
I think yeah, a harness and a crane might have been. I would have been fine with that too. So
Something. But
Oh, my
anyway,
goodness.
yeah, it was an adventure up there.
Well, let's get to more conventional topics. I know that y'all do a lot with the medical device industry. You've done a lot of videos for some of our OEMs here in the Bartlett area.
Yeah.
And Dusky's done fulfillments for some of them. I mean,
Fulfillment and event.
so tell us about your involvement with the medical device industry.
Well, we do anything from ranging from product animations that you really couldn't do as a video. For instance, Grace Medical, they make tiny little ear implants and devices. So
Right.
we work with them on their product animations. We've done probably 30 different product animations for them and just wrapped up a branding video and some social media videos for them. We've worked with Dusky with Wright Medical and Stryker on some product launches that needed fulfillment and also needed a component on site because there was a big launch. So, they handled the whole event development for that product launch event, handled the fulfillment to send the product collateral and paraphernalia, if you will, out to the sales force, and then we created the video buzz.
Yeah.
And then so that would be something that had this as an example, just as something that would come out of fulfillment. Here's your socks. Here's your cookies.
Have that.
And the message is buy from us. And, we call this lumpy mail because you're going to open it when you get it.
right.
Other than
Good
not
on
here.
the cookie,
I don't
yeah.
want you to have that. Yeah, they're good.
Ooh, peanut butter ones.
Look,
too.
Grandma's
Ooh,
cookies.
that's my favorite. Well, here,
Mine too. There we go.
Are you Oh,
Heck yeah.
and you know what I do? I'll smear peanut butter on it.
Yeah, me too. And chocolate chips.
Yeah.
Boom.
So it's not uncommon to have to kit or put together something like this. For might send out 3,000, 4,000, depending on the client and the need.
And y'all do that in the Bartlett office, I think.
Correct. Out at there's a mix out in Bartlett. We've got offices in the front and warehouse in the back.
Oh, very cool.
So we've got a plenty of room for client materials and gear, and a good bit of decor for different events that we do on a regular basis.
Now you've been to Mary as well.
I love Mary.
Do you?
I do.
Why don't you tell our viewers what Mary is? And this is not the Mary kind.
No, this is the MERI, which is the Medical Education Research Institute, a.k.a. the Surgeon Training Cadaver Lab. So we shoot a lot of videos of surgical procedures for a number of clients, both at Mary here in Memphis, and then there are other facilities in Atlanta and Tampa and across the country that we go in, and I like it because you don't have to scrub in.
True.
Nobody's going to care if you sneeze. And we certainly have more latitude from a camera perspective than we do in the OR. You say nothing to the doc. If in the cadaver lab, it's okay to say, hey, doc, hang on, let me move the camera. Or, can you move your head? I can't see. But that's what Mary is. And all of the major medical device folks, implant folks here in the Memphis area use them extensively.
Did you know about Mary?
I did not. Yeah. I did not.
It's one of Memphis's best kept secrets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you want to keep it a secret. I mean, basically.
Yeah, true.
But I've been in there before, but there were no bodies. They're just a big room.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it's large. So we did a training session in there with a client with Stryker a couple of years ago, where they've got 4 training tables running simultaneously, teaching surgeons of new products, new technique. They've really done a lot of work with minimally invasive techniques with your surgical procedures, so that there's much quicker recovery time and less pain for the patient. That's what that's all about. And we love helping tell that story. The training stuff is fun to do, but what we really like to do is the doctor and the patient interaction and how this work for you.
Right.
Tell me about.
Well, they don't show this to the patient, do they, before the operation? I don't
Probably
think I
not.
want to see that.
Yeah, probably not. No, you don't. Well, no,
See a video of your procedure that you're about to have done?
Oh, the cadaver?
Yeah, I would.
You would?
I would.
No, I don't think I would. No,
Yeah.
No, spare me that.
But again,
Put me out.
But again, it's all about helping a client communicate.
Yeah.
Tell that story.
Right.
And message to those surgeons who are either already doing something similar or that are looking for the next level of technique.
Right.
Yeah.
Delynn, you're next. I've been eating up all the conversation here.
No, you're fine. You've told some really unique stories, and you've told some things that I think definitely kind of point out, like maybe why your company is so unique and special. Do you? And I know video is obviously a large part of it. So do you have video that helps you promote your own company?
We do. In fact, we've got about a 60-second demo that, if you don't mind, we'll take a look at right now.
No, not at all.
When you're working with someone and you've been working with them for years, you know who they are. Those relationships supersede just simple business.
No. Okay, yeah.
That was really cool.
Well,
I really enjoyed it.
Use a little of that.
Yeah, there we go.
Here.
Very rock and roll.
Wait, let me use little hand figures to emulate. Here's what you would see if you could see something.
Well, I think it
Anyway.
was a very good production, especially since you weren't in it, Mark.
Oh, wow.
John,
Wow.
as lovely as I am, I try to stay behind the camera.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's wise.
No comment, ladies and gentlemen. No comment.
Just a little comedy relief.
Especially since we were talking about surgical procedures
Yes,
before,
exactly.
so you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I will do an on-camera piece for a client upon request, and there's one client that every year I do a man on the street for the National Street Rod Association, which is the largest event for automotive hot rod, street rods in the country.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll do tell me about your car.
Oh, very
Tell
cool.
me about your paint job, your build here. So, we have a good time doing that. And that's the only time I'll do an on-camera piece every year. Yeah.
So I know you go back a ways, but this is probably too recent. No, it's too far back. I was actually involved in candid camera videos.
Marty.
Did you ever? Yeah, I did. In Nashville.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I helped with the production.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got that gig, tell you the truth. Have you ever done any?
Was that a Diana thing?
Huh?
Did Diana
No,
connect you with
before Diana.
Okay.
No, but yeah, it was. Well, did you ever do any candid camera stuff?
Well, we did something similar. If you remember the old Pepsi challenge, the blind taste test.
Yeah.
Of which one better? We did hidden camera for Pepsi in the Memphis market.
Okay.
One of the first things I did at my first real job, I worked for an advertising agency, and so we did the Pepsi challenge, which was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually did participate in that challenge.
Yeah.
When I can't remember how old I was, but I remember that. It was set up at a supermarket or something. It was like, here you go, try it out.
And we set up at the Raleigh Springs Mall. Way back when. That would have been back in the early 80s. I was just out of college. So, yeah, it was fun.
Did it usually turn out the way that you wanted it to turn out?
Well, it's going to turn out the way you want it to turn out.
That's what editing's all about.
I
Exactly.
promise you,
It's like,
it's going to turn out the way we want it
Behold the power of editing, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, and now that you mentioned that, I doubted many of our viewers even know what candid camera was, because that was back in the pre-industrial age, I believe.
I remember.
It's very similar to the with the prank kind of
College
thing.
and that kind
Yeah.
of stuff
Yeah.
now. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A little more, a milder version of that. Yeah.
Yes.
Now you don't have to smack anybody and run.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
I think you've told me. Now, you told us about the experience out in the Aleutian Islands. Was that probably your most memorable experience, or is there one that maybe runs a close second to that?
Well, we've had some fun experiences over the years. One of the things that we partnered with behind the scenes with was an all suites conference down in New Orleans, and we were down there for about 10 days. And we talked about New Orleans earlier before we started. So the conference was at the New Orleans Convention Center, and so there were probably 40 of us on the crew.
Oh, wow.
For the stage rigging, because there were 3 main rooms. So that was memorable. There were 10, 18-wheelers maybe of gear that had to
Goodness.
to be involved to produce this. And then we had pre-produced some videos that were going to be running on the big screens. And then we did some videos on site that were running the last day. It's kind of some highlight pieces. And so, in fact, we'll show a little clip of those maybe in a minute.
Okay, but that would be good.
Just fun stuff. I mean,
I bet.
And there is an energy about events like that.
Sure.
There's an energy. There's just and a camaraderie among your team,
For sure.
and certainly among the client team as well.
Right.
Group. And we just helping execute something like that, and just being a part of it is always kind of special. And then when it's over, you think, oh gosh, this is all done.
Yeah.
Wait, can't we do this another day or two?
Well, I'm curious, Mark, how did you get into this business? I mean, when you were going through school, did you know that you wanted to get into the video business? I mean, when did that little spark hit you that you decided you want to be in the video business, or was it just an accidental thing?
Well, I don't have the story of, when I was a toddler, I carried a camera around, which some people do. I'm a Steven Spielberg baby. But I'm a journalism grad. So It's all about telling a story. And my first job out of college was with an advertising agency, Jan Gardner Associates. And there was an opportunity for me to move into their broadcast producer role, and loved it. So I was producing hundreds of TV commercials. Just every day we were working on TV, some print design. So I've got some print design background, web background, and video. And again, it's all about helping a client tell a story. So that's how I got started with it, and then started my own iteration after I left Jan Gardner in late '89. Started in 1990.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And video is really, I don't know if the viewers can tell because I keep in such excellent shape, but I am up there in years, and I've had young people who work for me, younger, but young people. But they seem to be into video. If you want to tell a story or get a message across, they prefer it be in video format. Is that not true? Do you find that to be pretty true?
I'm not looking at my numbers, but there's research that shows that video will convert your opportunities, if you will, your engagement by 40%.
Yeah.
It would help. There's your engagement, your sales numbers, your conversion rate by another 25%. So absolutely, people, particularly the younger people, and John, for you, that's a lot of folks. But me too. Okay, but that's where younger people get their information, and you're right, that's what they want to see, because people don't read like they used to.
Yeah.
They're going to go to a website and, there's a video. Great. Let me see how that works or what that looks like.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do YouTube quite a bit, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, in almost everything we do, we think about how can we repurpose this for multiple platforms. So if you're going to put it on your website, great. But let's create a version that we can put on your Facebook, that we can create you. If you don't have a YouTube channel, let's either create one if we're going to do a series, or let's make sure at least it's out there and it's titled and tagged properly, so that if someone's looking for you on YouTube, they're going to be able to find you. Yeah. Because YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. Mm-hmm.
And what's the attention span, the average attention span?
I'm sorry, what are we talking about?
What is that attention span?
You've got to grab your audience right away.
Yeah.
And if it goes much over 2 to 3 minutes, people aren't going to watch it anymore.
Yeah.
They're just not.
Yeah.
I love video myself, and I find myself going, okay, this is too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, didn't you find that Instagram kind of had an influence on video, at least as far as the way it was shot, if I'm remembering right? Like, was it Instagram? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because everybody was shooting it more
vertical.
Yeah, and that was the impact. So I imagine that probably had, when that really came into prominence, I imagine that really had you guys had to kind of really rethink, how are we going to, like you said, let's make all these different versions, but it's okay, now we really have to think about shooting, because not only do we have the more horizontal, the more horizontal, but now we've got to have the more vertical versions of it too. So,
right. Because 4x3 was your standard,
right,
and then 16:9, and you flop that for your vertical, and that's been hard to accept a little bit when you've been doing it a while. Mm-hmm. But it's just a different way to think about it. It's a different way to frame it. It's a different way to think about it. And to your point, you want to be able to use that message multiple platforms.
And would you use that would you use the more vertical version on TikTok as well? Or okay.
That's what you typically see.
That's what I was thinking, but I'm not the expert, so I thought, well, I have you here, so I will ask, so I could be better educated.
Yeah, and it's a constantly moving target. Things change in our business pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, keeps life exciting. Yeah, keeps us on our toes.
Well, Delynn, it looks like our time is running.
It does, sir. I would agree.
Yeah. Because our cameraman keeps pointing at us.
Yes.
Say hey, look at the clock. Anyway, well, we could go on and on.
Sam, I might add, resident of Bartlett.
Yay,
recently, yes.
Recently to Bartlett? Sam, you just recently moved out there?
Shout out to Sam.
Buddy. Did you just have a kid?
Yeah, we found him.
Oh, okay. Well, Yeah. Oh, okay. Well,
There we
that's
go.
convenient. That's convenient. Forgot all the, they had to miss all the 9-month stuff. Okay. Well, Delynn, you want to close this out?
Sure. Thank you, everyone, for watching Heartbeat of Bartlett. We really appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe, and we will see you again soon.
And thank you to First South.
It's our pleasure. Thank you.
And thank you, John.
Yes, and thank you, John.
You are a lovely man.
Yes, the lovely and talented John Threadgill, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. See how my wife did. Okay.